After a break for Memorial Day, the jury in the John Edwards trial returns for its 7th day of deliberations this morning. There are questions over the length of those deliberations and also questions about the behavior of some of the jurors.
There's a couple of odd things that happened last week. Number one of the alternate jurors appeared to be flirting with Edwards. This is something that many in the courtroom noticed. Second of all, the alternate jurors, the 4 of them, have all been dressing alike. On Thursday, they all wore yellow. On Friday, they all wore red. We don't know why, but they appear to be having a good time.
And it's not really unusual for a federal corruption case to go this long. Blagojevich's, he had 2 trials. The first one went 14 days, and there was a mistrial. The next one went 10 days of deliberation. So you really can't tell. The one thing, though, I think is clear is the defense attorneys did tell the jury, please do not look at our client. He may be a bad husband, but he didn't commit any crimes. And I think, obviously, they didn't go right back in and convict him. So they're really taking a look at the evidence. One of the things that jurors really have to deal with in this case is, here we have the U.S. government not really agreeing on whether these were illegal campaign contributions. You had the Federal Election Commission auditors saying, no, these were not illegal. They don't even have to be listed on the financial statements. But you have the Justice Department saying they do. So what are you expecting from 12 jurors to be able to look at this very complex law?
And again, you don't know what jurors are going to do. They could take 9. It could be that there's one person that they've got to convince. But when you have that kind of situation, that could also be a recipe for a hung jury because, you know, people are looking at this saying, if they don't agree, how can we possibly agree?
Is a hung jury a victory for John Edwards?
Always for the defense. If you're a defense attorney, you know, your mantra is anything but a conviction. If this jury hangs, you sit down as his attorney and you say, why do we have to do this again? You guys gave it your best shot. It didn't work. You want to find out what the numbers were. You know, how many jurors were leaning towards conviction, how many leaning towards acquittal. But always better for a defense than the prosecution. Although the flip side is if you have to try it another time, as a prosecutor, I always felt that it was better for me to retry a case because you knew exactly what the roadmap was. You knew exactly what the defense was going to do, and you sort of tailored your case the second time around to do it. So everybody gets a little bit of something if they end up hung.